Hello everyone, welcome to the stream. Sorry we were running a little bit late, but people had to get together. We had to sort of, get things set up and going, but I hope everyone's been having a good week. As the title says, we're playing Max A New Generation. We are on the fifth episode. Let's start off with seeing how our GM's week's been doing. Ro, how's your week been?
Highs and lows. I had to put down one of my dogs a week ago.
Hear that?
Yeah, but she'd been attacking our other dog, so eventually it was one of those decisions that you don't want to have to be involved with, but you have to do.
Mm-hmm.
So there was that. Also had police coming by our house, or well, not coming by our house, but calling our house. So there was police involvement that we had to deal with. Kids had good report cards, and I got my copies of Draw Steel. So I mean, it's been up and down the spectrum of things. So
hey, at least there was some good news mixed in there, so that's always good, And how about you, Zabby?
I mean, it's definitely not. The low parts weren't nearly as bad as over there. So, relatively speaking, I'd say you can just call this week quiet.
Quiet? Hey, quiet's better than bad. I'd rather have a quiet week than a bad week. And Mag, how about you?
Good. Had a pretty decent, productive day at work, or week at work, and just looking forward to the weekend. Nothing really new.
Okay, that's good. And Draco.
My week has been kind of up and down too. I've had a headache like all day yesterday.
Yeah.
But as we were just talking about, I've hit 1K subscribers on my YouTube, so I'm excited for that. Just going to get those watch hours.
Yep. Well, see, I know what the cause of your headache is. You hang out with me.
You?
Yep. As for me, things have been going pretty good. They started slowing down, and then Stars Reach yesterday decided to announce a bunch of stuff. So I was really busy yesterday. They
saw that.
They put in the politics system. So if you ever played Star Wars Galaxies and you knew that you could be a mayor of a city and build a city, they're sort of putting the same thing into Stars Reach, but they're doing it planet-wide, and the beginnings of that happened yesterday, and we did a 3-hour test on that. Along with that, they showed off some new makers and servitors in a video, and then they released their roadmap. So I was on that roadmap for like an hour, digging around and poking around and having fun. And then also talking to Carneros, and set up to do next Thursday. I'm interviewing Light, who's one of the programmers for Stars Reach, and talking to them. They did a lot of the programming work for the GovBot update. So I'm going to be talking to them about that update and stuff like that. And I got a few other interviews I'm working on setting up. That's going to be really fun. But let's go ahead and get into this game of Mask. So, Ro, go ahead and take it away.
All right. So, last day, the group had gotten into the twilight realm of the Hag Edith. That was after they had Starborn had kind of blown up this school a certain amount, going Nova. Plus, of course, Rigger firing off his robots in the area. So there had been a lot of damage to the high school this Halloween even. The group had gotten into the realm, found that there were all these milk cartons with various pictures of people on them. David had to rescue Starborn and had helped him get out of the Twilight realm, only for Starborn to turn around and want to try and climb back in. Dynamix had just confronted Edith in her home area, where she had a nice little bit of a table with a milk carton on it and some other furnishings, very much like some sort of witch's cauldron and some books and things like that. Just a nice little comfy place for a hag or a witch. And so let's start off with David. There is a grapple that has been established, the rope going through the corridor, and you'd helped Starborn out. What are you going to be doing?
So sorry, that was me. I helped Starborn out.
Yes, you
Have I-
helped Starborn. and
Yeah, have I
Starborn got-
re-entered?
Pardon?
Have I re-entered yet?
Yes, you never actually left yourself. You just
Okay.
threw him through the portal, and now you're kind of like, he's out. I think I've got him at least safe. Now there's like Rigger and Dynamix in here with you, and they're farther down the hallway.
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna just run back up to join up with them.
Okay, you're running up to join back up with them, and you hear one of the milk cartons speaking to you. Seems to be calling out to you.
Okay, what does it say?
Was it saying?
Mhm.
It's kind of a feeling, not like words, and it seems to be saying and calling out to you. Who are you? What are you?
All right. So last time we played, someone had touched one of the milk cartons, right? And something bad
Yes.
had happened to them. Yeah.
Yeah,
So I'm going to try to avoid the milk carton and just ignore it and continue past it to join up with the others.
okay. All right. Dynamix, you're right in there with Edith.
Mm-hmm.
What's your plan? What's your play?
All right. So, as I recall from last time, we've got her attention's over on me,
Hmm?
and we've got the backup coming in. And on the above game side of things, we've got a +1 against her for the next action coming up.
Correct? You're holding one?
So, Dynamix is basically just going to kind of, and she's almost stalking around the edges of the room there. Basically, just keeps talking at Edith, keeps her focus on her, and basically just kind of goes around so that her back is going to be towards the entrance, hopefully by the time the others finish arriving.
Okay.
And that entire goal is keep her looking at me so that the others might be able to do something here, because as much as Dynamix hates to admit it, at this moment, all she has is her mind in her hands. She doesn't have any tools. And in a magic situation here, raw force is not going to be terribly useful. So she is effectively, but she's relegated to a support role until she can find some sort of opening.
Okay,
And she is keeping an eye on that cauldron there, getting some plans coming up with that. But first, get everyone else in here.
All right. So you're trying to wait for the team to gather up, and you're trying to distract her from what's going on. Okay.
Yep.
So that is not that hard to do. So we'll just say that you are succeeding at doing that. Unless you want to actually make a roll for da, da, da. Want to provoke her.
Yeah, I mean, can we basically keep stacking up that forward on there? Or is it only ever just +1 as either you have it or you don't?
You can have you can keep stacking up a little bit. You can't have more than a +3 modifier, but you can stack up, another +1 to make it +2 or whatever.
Okay. Yeah, so they just keep provoking, keep building up on here, and that was a superior.
Yep.
And not using that previous +1, so no other mods.
Yes.
Full hit, 12.
All right. So it's a full
Yeah,
hit.
be
So
hidden well under her skin at this point.
all right. So they are basically focused on you. And what are you saying to her to get her attention? How's this looking?
Let's see. So now we started things with the whole, did a meteor hit your house on it there? And so I don't have the specific words that Dynamix is saying here, but the general theme of things is going along the lines of, honestly, just how pathetic she is at that. Basically, going after dumb high school students is the very best that she can accomplish. And that if this is all she is, it's a wonder that she's gotten as far as she can. Just completely tearing down every bit of her capability. Never mind the fact that she is effectively a reality warper in here, but just denigrating it as hard as possible. And as the team's found out, when Dynamix puts her back into it, she has got just a nasty tongue on her.
Oh. You think my tongue is nasty now? See what it can do. And you see it starts to ribbon out. And it looks like it's coiling as if it's ready to strike. And as it prepares to strike, let's go to Rigger, who is just outside of the room. What you doing, Rigger?
Okay, so first off, I want to get, I can't remember what bots I have available to me, like what ones are down, what ones are damaged, and what ones are perfectly fine. So can I get a rerun on that, so I know the status of my bot, so I can like plan things accordingly?
Well, I think your melee bot is in good shape. I think your ammo bot was pretty low on ammo, your ranged bot, and I think your scout bot was a little bit messed up because it had touched one of the milk boxes. I think that's what had happened.
Okay, so what I want to do is I want to enter the room, and of course I'm immediately gonna see, both Dynamax and the Witcher Hag, and
but you're seeing the back of her because she's focused on Dynamix at the moment.
Okay, so what I'm gonna have happen is I'm gonna send my melee bot in to sort of do a charge attack on her and hit with do a hit on her. At the same time, I want my ranged drone to do a shot range attacks on her.
Okay. So sounds like you're going for a direct engagement here. So let's see how this goes. You have a +2 for this. So roll it. You're direct engaged with a +2.
Direct engage. Okay. 2. What?
Oh no! Critical.
Oh,
What?
that's with our. Well, at least it's a 4, so it's not as quite as completely awful then, but that's
Let
still
me
bad.
hover over this. Where's the +2? Well, the +2 wouldn't have done anything anyways.
Yeah.
I put
Well,
the
it'll
2
keep it
in
from
there.
being a
and it
complete
didn't-
botch, but
Yeah, that's definitely, that did not go according to plan.
No,
So
nowhere
you
near.
go in. So directly engage. Do. All right.
While Rose figuring that all out, I'm blaming these bad rolls on Draco.
Hmm.
Wait, what? Why me? I'm not the one that got a 2 with a +2.
I'm just seeing if you're paying attention is all.
All right.
Oh, I am.
So you go in to strike at her, and it's like something goes horribly wrong with the robots. For when they fire, in that brief second, there is a image swap between her and Dynamax, and you suddenly realize that the person that your robots were attacking was Dynamax and not the Edith. So Dynamax, roll to take a powerful blow.
Not my fault. Not my fault.
absolutely your fault. I just set that up I teed that up for you perfectly.
Yes, evidently she spotted and she figured this out because it's a bit of witch trickery here.
All right, that is a 9 for a hit. All right, so I get to choose one.
Yes.
Well, let's see. I wonder, is the bad-tempered superhero prodigy here going to just completely rip
Lash
into her teammate who was shooting at her? Yeah, lash out verbally over at
Right.
Rigger. What the hell?
Do you have influence over Rigger?
At the moment, I do.
So you can inflict a condition. What condition would you want to inflict on Rigger?
I mean, overall, it would be less useful to inflict a condition onto it here, but I mean, what don't you have checked at the moment?
Guilty and helpless. Or hopeless, I mean.
I'll just say provoking to
I
full
liked
party
helpless.
action rather than adding a condition on. So I will not be using the influence.
You're not going to use the influence?
Nah,
All right.
we've all stacked up way too many conditions right now.
I blame Nephilim.
So, anyways, so let's hear you verbally lash out at the behavior of Rigger, who had a perfect shot that you had set up, that you had planned for the perfect moment, and then had botched the thing.
Yeah, so kind of makes it like sees the tongue whatever start to come up. She's bracing to dodge, and then I guess it's just sees the shot like burst through the middle of it there, heading right for her. So luckily she just barely gets out of the way, just looks over to him, and it's just, what the hell? I set that up perfectly for you, and you can't hit a witch with her back turned.
All right. Rigger, what's your response?
My response is, hey, something's going on here magically and affected my view of everything and made it look like she was you and you were her. I apologize. I'm recalibrating, readjusting so it won't happen again.
So reading this this thing, it says provoke a teammate to take foolhardy action. So if you're not spending the influence right, doesn't that mean that Rigger needs to do something real dumb?
Yep.
I just did it by accidentally shooting the wrong enemy. That counts, right?
Something else dumb.
Nah.
No.
Okay, something else dumb. Something else dumb. Okay. Uh
Well, man, if your aim's off, why don't you actually try swinging at her?
oh, I'm so tempted to want to pick up Dynamax and throw her at the head.
I'm on the other side of the room.
I could do a sprinting run, turn around, and do a throw. Okay, so do something dumb.
Foolhardy. It's a little bit different than dumb. Foolhardy means that something where you're going to put yourself in a risky situation.
Yeah, or ill-considered and outright stupid.
Yes. We're not doing chaotic stupid. We're just doing chaotic.
But, I mean, okay, I will personally dive because it was just the camera displays on what my drones were seeing that got things mixed up. I'm going to dive at the actual witch.
All right. You're going to go fisticuffs personal.
Mm-hmm.
All right. You can then roll for the
Directly engage.
directly engaged, but you don't have any +2 now. That's all been used up.
Why is it with these low rolls?
Oh,
That puts my potentials back down to 0 because I just filled them up with the last one. So do I mark another potential?
once your potentials are filled, you basically at the end of the game, then you can then do advancements.
So you only
So
get
at
one
that
per
point,
I
session.
you
just
level
keep
up.
it filled up.
Well, you have a -2 in danger? Or is that from your
No,
conditions?
I
or-
was 0 danger.
Oh, it gave you a -2 modifier on that roll?
Yeah. Well, let's see. If you're afraid at the moment, then that's going to give you
Yes.
a
Yes,
negative
I
two.
am afraid.
Yes.
Okay.
So it's his fear that's acting against him. He has to get that much more, tries to cover up for the fact is that, he's already in trouble. Okay. Right. Well, she turns around as you charge forward and she uses her tongue to lash out at you. So take roll a powerful blow.
Oh, full hit.
Ooh.
Full
Which
hit.
isn't
I hate to
good.
say this, but you're getting licked.
I am.
Yeah.
The dice are
Oh,
completely
my.
against me. Like I said, Nephilim does not like me. And as Sticky's mentioning, or Sticky mentioned about this whole entire thing of throw a teammate, if I were to have these rolls and try to throw a teammate, it'd be like a troll eating the goblin. If this were Blood Bowl.
All right. So you get the tongue lashes out, wraps you up, and you are bound. And you can now feel that she's just smiling, and you can see that your face is now starting to appear on a milk carton that's on the table. And she says,
Oh,
and she turns to look at Dynamix. They always come willingly.
So
All right.
while her back was turned,
Nope,
can
we're gonna
Dynamix
take a
basically be all right?
We're going to take a cut back to Starborn. Starborn, you are outside. And you were going to try and re-enter.
Yes, I am. I'm going to try to get back to my team here. and get through this portal, because it still has the rope on this side as well, right?
Correct. The grapple is still attached on this side that goes through the hole. Yep.
Yeah, so I'm gonna climb through, holding on to the rope, as I come through.
All right. You come back through, and you can see farther down the hallway, you can see David just as a small dot in the distance, and you don't know where Rigger or Dynamix are, but you assume they must be somewhere wherever this rope leads.
Okay. Is it basically, would I take my whole cutscene here to get to David? Like if I ran, or I run in and kind of assess the situation?
Well, you do have since you are a Nova, the ability to travel from spot to spot at high speeds is just kind of built into who you are. So if you want to
Oh yeah.
travel really fast, you can do it.
Yeah, I'll use my last. Yeah, I'll use my last burn, and
Well, for this, you don't really need it. As long as it's,
okay.
You're just saying you're doing it. And in the game of masks, some things, like Flash running around a city, it just happens.
Yeah.
No one's he doesn't have to spend burn for doing it because it's not dramatic or anything else. Now, if Flash wants to suddenly, get through a vault built by Lex Luthor, then that would be a burn to try and pass through this specially sealed vault using his high speed. You get
okay.
Difference?
Yeah. I get you.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm just gonna use my super speed and just get to David and be like, "What's going on?" And I'm gonna look around to see what is going on.
Okay. Well, there's milk cartons all down the corridor, and you guys are almost at the entrance to a room with double doors.
Okay. So I'll say to David, I'm like, where's the others? Are they in there?
I think so.
All right. Is the doors closed, or are they open a bit, or what?
They are closed, but they are like hospital doors, so they kind of they can flop them easily.
Okay. Yeah. So I'll just start going into the room.
All right, you go into the room. You see the room as it's been described, except there is Edith with a long tongue wrapped around Rigger, who is now immobilized and held suspended in the air. And you can see his spiritual energy seems to be being sucked out of him. And on the table, there is a milk carton with his face starting to appear on the milk carton. Also in the room, there is Dynamix, who is visibly distraught at seeing things not going according to plan.
Okay. I am going to. I guess I'm going to try and help Rigger, even though this looks like a horrible scene. I think I'm going to try and just kind of use some of my cosmic power to kind of create something that will slice her tongue or hit her tongue to knock, Rigger out of there.
Okay.
Because I don't want to touch that.
Okay, so you're trying to avoid directly engaging with her, or are you going to try and pull him out directly, or with your powers, or what are you trying to?
Yeah, I would say I'll try to pull him out.
All right, so that'd be more of a directly engage. Okay.
So hold on a second. So initially he was saying he was going to try to cut the tongue. with his powers, which seems more of like a directly that would be a directly engage, or but if
I suppose it could be defend him. We could also call it defend
it
him.
also makes sense.
Going with survivor. So it's either directly engage or it's going to be defend, which would be survivor. Which one do you want to do?
I will.
Is your focus more on saving Rigger, or is it more on trying to prevent?
Yeah, I think it's going to be more on saving him.
Okay, well then that's defend action. So
Okay. And no bonuses because Rigger messed that up. A 9 for a hit.
right. So you're 1 off from 10. If somebody were to help you, you could get to 10. But that would be your last team pool in the pool. Right now, you have 1 team pool left.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, I'm right there coming through the door with him, so I can go ahead and help out as well.
Right. So you guys are going to spend the last team pool to make that a 10 result.
Sure.
Yeah, I think that's a good idea. Be kind of like I go to help Rigger and I'm like, hey, help me out.
Yeah, so if I'm like grabbing at Rigger and trying to yank him out of the tongue while he's trying to like attack the tongue or something, to just swat the tongue off of him, like, yeah, that makes sense because I probably wouldn't directly engage with the tongue myself.
All right. So for PC threats, on a hit, give them -2 to the roll. On a sudden, so you expose yourself to. Okay. So, yep, we'll say that you pull themselves out, and you can choose to either add a team back to the pool or get some influence over Rigger for helping them out, or clear condition.
Well, I only have 1 condition myself, so I think maybe add that back into the team pool in case we need it again.
All right, so team pool -1 + 1 still stays at 1. Okay. And you have successfully broken Edith's hold on Rigger. Good job, heroes. All right. So, David, while you're doing this, again, you hear the call from the cartons that are saying, "Who are you? What are you?" I want you to take a moment and think about your character and try and decide on one of the things that you have to decide upon. One of your drives. Think of a costume, a hero name.
So I don't know if help a teammate when they most need you is kind of a thing. Like, I don't know, since that's, I don't know if that's if helping just there would have qualified for that, but yeah, I still haven't come up with a hero name actually. All
right.
Yeah.
Well, if you want to, you can mark help a teammate when they need you most, because you were there when Rigger was about to be turned into milk carton.
Okay. And then I'd like to assess the situation. Has anyone seen what's inside the cauldron yet? Is there any smell or any kind of thing like that going on? Like, can I determine what's going on with that cauldron?
Okay, sure. You can do an assess action on that. I'll let you do that.
Okay. Wow, I have no idea what's in there.
Thank
hold
God
on.
I'm not the only one missing.
Is there any drawback to failing to assess?
Quick check.
The basic summary doesn't say about enough. You have more detailed rules on your end to flesh that out a little more. Or do you just give me misinformation about the cauldron?
All right. Usually when you fail in this game, it's a fail forward situation. So something happens. So you went towards the cauldron and trying to check in, and she just moves her hand, and a broom comes and just knocks you from behind enough that your hand reaches into the cauldron, and your hand is now in the cauldron goop, and you can feel your memories, your mind, your existence now being slowly sucked and drained. And roll to take a powerful blow.
Okay. Also, that fills up my potential that miss. So,
Okay.
take a powerful blow. But only an 8.
All right. So
Okay.
let's-
I'm going to mark afraid and angry.
okay. As you're feeling this could be the end for you. You're not really meant to be. You're not a superhero like Dynamax. You don't have big robots like Rigger. You don't have the powers of Starborn. And here you are, and you can see that even these people are struggling and their lives are being taken from them. What are you? Who are you? You've helped a couple of people here, but maybe you're just getting lucky. All right, back to Dynamix. Your riggers was tied up, but luckily Starborn came and pulled him out with the help of David. But now David seems to be struggling with the cauldron, and Rigger seems to be, collapsed on the ground. Is he out cold, or is he just going to recover in a little bit? We don't know. It's what do you want to do?
Yeah, so what her initial plan had been was, okay, Witch turns around, bolt over to the cauldron and chuck it at her. Well, I guess instead of doing that to her back, need to get it away from David anyway and throw it in her face. So I'm looking at unleashing her powers to just grab and heave at full strength.
Okay. All right. Let's see this heave.
Hell yeah.
14.
Oh,
That's where all of our misses went into. Is you getting that 14?
All right. So that's a full crit there. So that is an awesome strike. Kapow. Not quite a double six, but a very good solid hit. So she is just drenched in this cauldron, and spiritual ghosts start popping out from the goo all over her, and they start pulling, and you start seeing parts of her being pulled apart by all these ghosts. She is definitely in the midst of a battle for her own existence with these ghosts pulling at her, and they're all very young boys and girls. They all look like they come from different ages and different times, but probably over the last like 50, 60 years, they seem to be coming, and they're all striking now at her and trying to pull her down. What do you guys want to do in this opportunity that you have?
So, did it just goo wash all over her? Was that
Yes.
okay?
You can flee at this point, or you can try and take a try and do something, or you have basically a free opportunity to do what you want. Attacked her, you can do what you want. What do you guys want to do? I'll give you one chance to work as a team to make one big decision.
Should we throw her into the cauldron, or?
I thought the cauldron was thrown onto her.
Yes, the cauldron
So
was
she's
thrown
already
on
covered
her.
in everything that it was in the cauldron.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay, so I was okay. Yeah,
Running's an option.
Yeah, I think we need to make sure she's like stays down, but how?
Yeah.
What I was thinking of there was, okay, grab the cauldron again and then basically just pin her to the floor underneath it.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I want to add on to that. Idea. So when we put the cauldron on, I say set it upright so that I can have my melee bot, which is the heavier bot, actually sit in it, because my melee bot's really heavy. So it can because of all the armor and stuff, and have my melee bot sort of sit in the cauldron.
Like on top of her?
Yeah. So the cauldron's going to go on top of her, and then my melee bot's going to jump into the cauldron.
What's the question that I know there is, are we trying to kill her? Because that seems like that might crush her. If we put it upside down over her and then have your melee boss sit on it, that might prevent her from getting out. I don't know if she...
Yeah, we could do that too. It depends.
But I also don't know if she can go incorporeal like through the...
So the question I have is, how big is the cauldron?
The cauldron is about 2.5 feet wide and about 2.5 feet deep. And if you've ever been to a sugar maple bush place where they have the big kettles, frontier kettles, and they're cooking up maple sugar, that kind of kettle.
Okay, based on her the size of the hag, could she fit in that kettle?
In this world, probably.
Okay, so yeah, I say let's go ahead and go with the flipping it upside down and putting her in the kettle and then have my bot on her. Or on the kettle.
Oh, like holding the kettle from getting tossed off. Yeah, I like that idea.
Yeah, then if we can determine whether or not that's enough to actually keep her contained, then like we might be able to get some other authorities in here to like actually take care of her, so we don't have to just straight up offer.
What I'm kind of hoping as a result here is, okay, we pin her down. She's got the rest of the goop over her. She's trapped in with it. And then the ghost just visits some poetic justice on her, and then she's no longer a problem for us.
Yeah, hopefully that's what happens. But yeah,
horrible screaming that happens off camera.
All right. So who are you going to put in charge of rolling for this? I'll give you a +2, and it is going to be a basic directly engage. So who's going to roll for the directly engage? And I'll give you a +2 on the roll.
You've got the best danger rating.
I've got right now I'm at -3 on that. So
yeah, I'm -2 on that.
I guess I'm -2.
Oh my god!
Because I have condition.
I have the best at a 1.
There you go.
Well, prepare to get gooed. I'll do it if that's what the consensus is.
Yeah, I mean, you have the best shot at it, I think.
Okay, here we go. Danger, please be with me. And you said a +2.
Yep.
Oh, it's a 9 and a hit.
Yeah, and it didn't say the modifier went on to it. It was 5 and 4 +0, so that's an 11.
Unless like,
Oh, I put
Oh no, you were. Was your character still afraid?
no. I only have guilty.
All right. So that's 5 and 4 is 9. You said do you have a 0 or a 1 in face danger?
You mean in danger? I have a 1.
Yes. Okay, so that should have been a 10. 10 plus 2 is 12. So yes, that's a solid hit.
Okay.
And you could even have used the 1 point from the team pool if you needed to. So either way you want to stack that, that is enough.
Well,
And
with the 9, I thought everything was in until I looked and with what they were saying. So I was about to say, now because all of us are doing this, let's use the team pool. But
cool.
since,
Yeah, you'll still get to
it
10.
didn't calculate outright.
So you still at whatever you want to slice this, it's a 10. It's a solid hit. You slam the cauldron onto her. Rigor orders his bot on top. You can anyone else who wants to add on to what their actions are doing for this situation.
Dynamix is just basically digging in and just putting as much pressure downwards on that as she can to keep her from basically shoving her way out of it.
All right.
you're trying to get
Cauldron bumps and rumbles and tries. You hear screams, and then there is a silence. And then the place around you starts to rumble, and it starts to peel, and you start to see bright streaks of light cracking through the edges around you of the room. And the milk container that was on the table starts to pop open and starts to stream light out the top. What are you guys doing?
I would like to yell run, and
Yeah.
I think everyone should really follow this order.
Oh, I'm already way. Hey, I'm already running.
Okay, as you guys are running, you start to see the milk containers down the hallway start popping their lids open, and you start to see beams of light being projected from each of these, and the hallway starts to, crickle and crackle, and bursts of bright light starts to shatter through. The place is coming apart as you go charging down the corridor, following the rope. And the rope starts to shake as if it's starting to lose its hold. What are you guys doing?
I'm jumping through the portal.
Yeah, trying to get through.
Beelining it for the portal. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go.
All right. You beeline it for the portal. You leap through the portal. 1, 2, 3, 4. And the robots that is left to make it through. And the grapple rope sizzles to the ground as if it's been cut. And you are just left now at the top of the stair that goes nowhere, amongst looking around and you are hearing sirens and alarms going off in the school, considering that there's a large hole in the ceiling above you and there's been extensive damage done to this building.
Gee, I don't know who did that.
All right.
I think they may be able to guess, but I don't really want to be here when
neither do
we
I.
have to start doing reports.
Yep.
So,
Yeah.
See?
We have a zombie cheerleader amongst Rigger, David as a Michael Jackson costume, and Starborn. I can't remember how you were dressed.
I was dressed up in a costume. I forgot exactly what it was, but it was I want to say like a goth thing.
think we had that in our pen and paper. I just have to quick back at pen and paper where you put it. Yeah, you had a nope. You were dressed as a gangster.
Oh
You're
yeah,
in a
yeah,
gangster
an
outfit.
old time.
Gangster outfit. Yeah. All right. So, you hear sounds of what are probably you take as like a 911 search and rescue. People seemingly starting to flood into the building. Are you going to talk to these people, or are you going to try and exit the building through the roof, or what are you going to try and do?
I look at Dynamax and say, "You want to be the leader? You can handle this." And I jet off through the roof.
Yeah, I concur. I start getting out.
Okay, Starborn and Rigger have left through the roof. Okay, that leaves.
I'll have a hand down if David wants to get out with me. You know,
Yeah, I'll do
since
that.
I can like levitate.
Yeah, I'll do that.
All right. David is out. So now we have just our bloody cheerleader leader left there. What are you doing?
Well, I mean, all the obvious supers are gone.
Hmm.
So she's gonna. Well, we got medics. Okay, so she's basically going to play dumb, just arrange herself near some of the rubble,
Okay.
and just like, oh, had nothing to do with it. I was just one of the students for. There was a thing that was going on. I was gonna film it, and everything exploded, and they're screaming, and
Oh, we found one. She's alive. Bring out one. Don't worry, ma'am. We're gonna check you over for see that you're not in any trouble. Lie back. Don't move anything. We gotta check you over. We'll get the backboard. Get the backboard.
yeah, so it's really hard for her to stay passive through all of this on here, but she's got to maintain her cover.
Yeah,
And
they're going to
that
treat
is the
you
thing
as
that's
a
going.
possible victim, and since you're a high school student in a danger zone, they're for liability. They are going to strap you to that backboard with a neck brace on and haul you to the out of there that way. They are not going to mess around with the possibility that you may re-injure yourself getting out.
And the Oscar goes to Dynamix.
So this seems like it might be a good place to break for 10 real quick. I know it's not quite the top of the hour, but frankly, I really need to hit the head.
That's fine. We can take a
It's a good
break here.
spot for a scene shift.
Yeah, we can do that. So we'll be back at 7:05.
All right.
All right. See you guys then. Be right back.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, we are all back. And so, Ro, you're the GM. Go for it.
All right, so Halloween is on Friday, so we know that Dynamix, also known as Dynamix, your regular name is
It is Nora Malcolms.
Nora. Yeah, so Nora is sent off to the hospital, and Dynaman is going to have to pull you out from the hospital there and sign paperwork. You're gonna have to make a statement of what you know and what you remember of what happened. So,
I'd imagine it probably wouldn't be Dynaman directly doing the paperwork. I mean, he's probably got his civilian support group to keep the cover for everything. But her next stop would certainly be Dynaman.
well, I would think that Dynaman would, appear as just doing his, because you are his ward. So now, is he listed as does he like show up to parent teacher meetings and stuff like that for you, or what?
I mean, given how much mundanity is against his nature, it seems like that's something that would kind of be pushed off, because I don't think he'd be able to pull that off very well, would he?
So you're saying that while he's deals with you as a hero, he has somebody else playing the role of parent with you for the mundane life, Nora, that takes you to school, drops you off, or picks you up, or makes the parent teacher meetings when necessary? Or is it just like you play like dad's always unavailable, he's too busy doing stuff around the world?
Yeah, I mean, I think that's basically the cover that she's going with, is that like her parents are security specialists, but they're really busy and can't talk about what they have done or are doing currently, and they're just not available. So she's kind of a self-raising child.
Well, you are
and the
over
civilian
16.
ID.
All right. Well, you're over 16, so it is legal for you to check yourself out of the hospital at some point. Though the doctors won't allow you to do that until at least after you've had, breakfast and been checked over in the morning. So it won't be probably until like 10 or 11 in the morning on Saturday that you can, the doctors will finally allow you to do the paperwork to get out of the hospital.
Mm-hmm.
Also, having had a chance to be handed forms by the school district saying that you are not pressing charges, even though that they will say that since you were on the property without, you were technically trespassing, and they could charge you with trespassing. And therefore, they're using that as the threat against you to make sure that you sign the paperwork that as long as they pick up the hospital bills, you will not press charges against them about anything that happened on the school grounds.
Yeah, you say nothing, we say nothing.
You get
that
the
works fine for her.
As your attorney, I would like to say that you could get $5,000 for duress. Just saying.
Well, she's got her own way to collect stuff if she really needs to. No, that's villain talk. We don't do that here. Anyway, yeah, it's keep everything quiet, keep the bureaucracy happy, and get out of there. I think if she had her communicator, she basically would have gotten word to Dynaman of everything's cleared up on this end. I'll get you a report as soon as I can on here. So that's her next stop.
Okay. And David, after getting out of the high school, where did you go?
Probably go home, take a shower, make sure I've got no more of that goo off of me, get out of my costume.
All right. And as you're coming in, your mom is seeing you coming in and asks, well, how did the Halloween party go? Did you meet any girls?
Nope, but I did get slimed, and I show her the residual goo on my
What
hand.
happened?
Oh, it's just a prank.
You need to be spending more time with girls and not being harassed by boys. If you keep on being harassed by boys, I will tell the principal and I will call them up personally.
That's not going to help me out with girls, Mom.
Well, he's going to keep the boys from harassing you. I mean, you're such a good dancer.
I'm just saying, like, having my mommy call the principal on me is going to make me, look like a giant mama's boy, which is not generally attractive to, to women, as far as I know.
Hey, I'm just concerned. I don't want my boy being hurt.
I didn't get hurt. Again, it was a harmless little prank. Don't worry about it. That's what Halloween's for.
All right. Starborn, where are you going after the high school?
Well, I would have dropped David off wherever he wanted to go. Once we're past the commotion, and then I probably would have gone home myself to change, and then gone to the hospital to see Holly, and also kind of curious about since we know the zombie girl was Dynamix to kind of see if I can poke around and see how they're doing.
All right. Well, Zombie Girl is in the emerge along with several boys who are being treated for with various aloes and because they seem to have a lot of skin extremely rashed and they are breaking out, so they're kind of making sure that they are getting showered and given antihistamines treatments.
I kind of chuckle as I walk by them.
And as for the nurse asks, "Are you family?"
For Holly?
Yep. Well, not for Holly, but for
Oh,
Dynamix.
for
Nora.
Nora. Okay. Yeah. I'm a step cousin thing.
Step cousin thing. Only immediate.
Yeah,
family.
like.
Sorry.
Oh, but they're okay. The zombie girl, because I would assume that I really don't know her name.
Yeah, she's fine, but we're keeping a watch on her. We'll know more after they do brain scans.
Oh, okay. But like, she was fine.
Yeah, they're just doing a preventative, just checking, make sure there's no. Cause she was found in the whole place of the high school, so we just want to make sure there's no damage to bones or brain. We're just doing. Doing precautionary.
Yeah. That's why I rushed over here because I heard there was a commotion there. I was at a Halloween party somewhere else, and got the call from the family and. Anyway,
yep.
Yeah, all right.
Yeah, we're just checking on her, keeping her under observation.
Out of character, is there any way that I could try and see what room she's in or where in the hospital?
Well, right now she's just been brought in. Just been brought in. She'd be in the ER area. So in the ER, there's a variety of ER rooms where they are examination rooms. Right. And they'd be taking her in and out of there to go to X-ray, just so that they can, check her over make sure there's and do a CAT scan just to make sure there's no brain problems or anything else.
Okay. Yeah, I guess with that, there'd be no way for me to get into the ER where they would have her.
Not unless you have some invisibility powers or you have something like that to use.
Well, I mean, I could blow a hole into the hospital,
Given that there's a lot of people already injured, you don't need more.
Yeah, no.
But you can go up.
I mean,
and see
I guess
Holly.
I could. Yeah, I guess I'll just go see Holly.
All right. And you can go up and see Holly. She's, got a little witch's hat on the side table beside her, and it looks like she's got a witch's costume on. So she's at this time of night. She's just kind of like you can see that she's just sort of laying on her bed in the hospital where they're kind of keeping her as she's rehabilitating.
Yeah, so
She's
I was
got
going to say,
her,
as I.
she's got
Go
her
ahead,
cell
sorry.
phone in her. She's got her cell phone in her hand, and she's got a small TV there that she's got on that she's looking at.
Okay. So as I walk in, I pull out of my sweatshirt pocket, like the little candy bags you used to get like from the dime store, and it's got some candies in it.
Yep.
I'm just like, hey, trick or treat came to you this year. Kind of awkwardly laugh and
Okay. She laughs too,
sit down.
and she asks if she can take your picture with her phone.
Yeah, of course. I pull my hoodie, open, like I unzip it a bit and just have a regular t-shirt on, give a little peace sign.
I thought aren't you still in your costume for being a gangster, or no?
No, I said I had gone home and changed real quick before the hospital.
Oh, okay. Oh, that's fine. So she'll take a picture of you in your with your hoodie up. All right.
I decided to go as myself this year.
Wow. That's original. She laughs. All right. And now Rigger,
Mm-hmm.
where did you go?
So, I want to go home and I want to dig into the the scans that my probot took while we were in there and figure out what caused it to see if I can figure out what caused it to switch images of who was who in that battle and caused me to accidentally attack Dynamax instead of the witch, and try to figure that out so that I can make adjustments to my system for something like that not happening again.
All right. You're going to try and figure out an answer to magic. All right. And illusions. All right. So we'll do that. And we will leave the scene of you working away on your drones, and off to the one side, there's a little computer program working, and the program suddenly clicks on and writes out encryption broken. And we'll leave it at that. All right, so end of session stuff.
Yay, we lived.
Yay.
Yay. It was much rejoicing.
All right.
All right.
So let's adding team pool. That's right. Sorry. I try and call it here. Session moves. Okay. At the end of every session, choose one. You can grow closer to the team, explain who made you feel welcome, give influence to that character, and clear a condition or mark potential. You can grow into your own image of yourself, explain how you see yourself and why. Shift one label up and one another down. Or it can grow away from the team. Explain why you feel detached. Take influence over you away from another character. So, let's start with Rigor. Which of the three do you want to do?
I would say that because my character was had to heavily rely on the team on this one due to the errors that happened on my part, sort of grew closer to the team, relying on them to help me out. And
Okay.
I would have Starborn gain influence over me.
All right, Starborn. You can mark that you now have influence over Rigor.
Hey,
All right, so that was Rigor. David, which of the three are you choosing?
I'm not sure. Come back to me.
Okay. Starborn.
what was the choice to adjust my labels? Because
Grow into your own image of yourself. Explain how you see yourself and why, and shift one label up and one down.
I think from the past events of like just kind of being angry and running away, this time actually like going back to make sure the team, was safe and helping Rigor and stuff. I think I'm gonna take that.
Okay. So what label are you going to move up and which label are you going to move down?
I think I'm going to move my superior down, and I'm going to put my danger up.
Okay. All right. Dynamics. Which of the three are you going to do?
So I'm actually going to go with a grow closer. So it's less as a, like, it's not quite as much as like feeling welcome, but, and especially after all that, the person who actually seemed to consistently do the best in the entire supernatural situation where it's like everything just kept going wrong. David actually has impressed Dynamics with being as normal as he is and getting through that as well as he did, and all the support that he'd done on that there. She's inclined to lay off of him a bit more here.
All right. So, going to give influence then to David.
Yep.
All right, David, you have influence now over Dynamics.
All right, marking that down.
And Dynamics, are
clearing
you
the-
going to clear condition or mark potential?
Well, I know potential is still capped from the last time that we had this. So
Okay.
I'm going to be clearing Afraid, and also from the end of the scene on there, I'd say definitely Hurt the Witch. So I think that would qualify for clearing Angry as well.
Okay. I'll let you clear those two conditions.
Yep. But some of those visions still are messing with her head if she takes the time to think about it. So Insecure is still in the background.
All right. Rigor. By the way, did you choose to clear a condition or to mark potential?
I cleared the condition. I cleared afraid.
Okay. And so now we are back to David.
Okay. Yeah, I think that basically grow into your own image of yourself. Just like the fact that I was able to actually pull off like the dance puppeteering and stuff.
Okay.
And so I think I want to increase my freak up to 0 and decrease my mundane down to 1.
Okay. All right. So that's all that for all of you. Now, you guys, some of you guys have managed to max out your potential, so you can look at your playbooks and you can use that potential to reset it to 0 and if you've maxed it out, and you can choose an advancement. So we'll go around again. So I believe, Rigger, you had a chance for an advancement. What advancement are you choosing?
The playbook. Give me a moment here. Go ahead and move to someone else while I look that up.
Yeah, I just
Okay.
barely pull open my playbook as well.
All right.
I'm pulling mine open.
Okay. So give you guys a chance to do that.
Define. There it is. Easier for me to read.
You can do things like take a move from another playbook, take a move from another move from your playbook, take another move from another playbook. Someone permanently loses influences over you and you add +1 to a label. You can change your mask's label and add +1 to your mask's new label. That's if you decide that, whatever currently yours, I think is your alternate ego idea or ego changes. You can unlock a moment of truth or take drives from the Beacon's playbook.
The I'm just trying to make the right choices.
Yes. All right. Dynamics.
Yeah, so I'm just going to go ahead Use the add +2 to a label mentor embodies or denies, and bump savior up to 3.
Okay. And Starman, have you figured out?
Starborn. Yep. I am going to advance by taking 3 new flares.
Okay. And so, which flares are you taking?
The first flare I'm going to take is boost.
Right.
And the second one I'm going to take is, I think I'm going to take snatch.
Okay. All right. And third flare you're going to take?
Right, hold on. I'm just reading a couple of these over again. I think I'm going to take constructs.
Constructs. Okay. Okay. So, back to you, David.
I'm looking through the different moves of other playbooks because I'm just I'm not familiar with what options there are exactly.
Yeah. By the way, since you did mark off one of your drives, which was to help a person, you get to either mark potential, clear condition, or take influence over someone involved.
Okay, I will I'll clear one of my conditions. I give me a moment. Yeah, I'll clear afraid.
Okay.
Actually, no, I'll clear angry because the witch is dead and she's who I was angry at.
All right.
Still be a little afraid, kind of unnerved by the effect of the goo.
All right. Rigor.
Yeah, I'm thinking. I'll go ahead and unlock a moment of truth.
All right. So, the mask is a lie, and some piece of you has always known that. Doesn't matter if others can see it. You're the one that can do the impossible. Mark off, mask off, costume on, and you're going to save the damn day. Of course, you better hope nobody nasty is watching. All right. So you have unlocked your moment of truth, which means that you have that in your basket of things that you could do at some point. And to give you more about what moment of truth means, Moment of truth. All right. You don't have any decisions to make about your playbook's moment of truth, but it's good to familiarize ourselves with it early. Your moment of truth is a script for a special instant when you get to seize control of the game's conversation. Each playbook is a bit different and gives you an idea of the kinds of things you're allowed to say when you trigger your moment of truth. You're not mind controlling anybody, so you probably can't say what the other PCs or NPCs choose to do, but you can say largely everything else, including how you defeat them or how you change the world around you. It's a moment when the spotlight's on your character, and we're all interested in seeing them be awesome, which means you get to say what happens in a much more direct fashion than at any other time in the game. Can't trigger your moment of truth until you've unlocked it through advancement. Then you can trigger it whenever you want. And during that scene, you have full control of describing what your character does for as long as you remain within your playbook script. After your moment of truth is over, you permanently lock one of your labels. It will never change again. So, your moment of truth tells you a lot about the key critical moment of your playbook, what it looks like when everything comes to a head, and your character shows off to the fullest extent of what they can do. So, you have now that potential at some point to kind of take directorial control of something that's going on. Can't control all the things, but you control yourself in that moment.
Sounds good.
And you will. All right. And now back to David.
So I think I want to choose the delinquent move of I don't care what you think, which is add 2 to the roll to reject influence. But one thing that I'm curious about is that, so when I'm trying to add it to my active moves, it says label, and but like I don't know how that is associated with a particular label. Like, because reject influence isn't directly tied to a label, as far as I know. Also, for won't let you down, that also had defaulted to danger, but it's like when you help a teammate, so that seems like that would be either support or defend. Like more mundane.
All right. In this case, whenever you reject others' influences, add +2 to your roll. All right.
Yeah, I just don't know if the label drop down matters in that case, since reject influence.
No.
Okay.
No, it doesn't matter in this case. In this case, just write in what the key fact is what you've done, which is whenever you reject others' influence, add +2 to your roll. Got
Yeah,
that
I
in.
just copy and paste it.
Copy and paste it. You've done.
Yeah.
All right. So now you're ready to. Somebody tries to push you around. You're ready to say, "Suck it, man."
Mhm.
All right. And that's it. We're done. So
We survived.
Yay.
And sure, there's some structural damage, but I mean, that's kind of to be expected given the environment. I'm sure the school's got all sorts of insurance to handle that, especially since they know that there's at least one super attending.
well, superheroes in the city. Yes, they have actual superheroes. So, well, not really super heroes. They're super powered beings and their workaday job is just fixing up all the problems that are caused by the various villains or heroes within the city. So, buildings get smashed, and the rubble is cleared up within a day, and things are usually rebuilt within a week. Back to the way they almost were before. Sometimes it's even faster. I mean, there are a couple of wizards that can just sort of like in a night, rebuild things. Kind of like, having gnomes on staff.
And yeah, I mean, even despite that, we did a good job here. We removed someone who's been basically hunting students for what, decades plus at this point. How long did he say that she was around?
50, 60 years.
Yeah.
At least, longer than the school's been here.
Quick question. I notice I only have 3 drives, but when I'm looking at the
You should
playbook,
have
it's
4.
yeah, okay.
Oh, I think
Sure.
you didn't know of your 4th one at the point in time, or
Oh,
something's
okay.
happened. So just write in a 4th drive, and that way we
Cool.
can make sure when you get your 4. Okay.
Cool. I'm gonna pull off a ridiculous stunt.
All right. So since we are done, we've had like 5 play sessions. Any questions, comments, or thoughts on how the game is going, or anything else? Things you'd like to see changed or altered, or things you want improved, or anything else? We'll start with Rigger. What are your thoughts?
I'm actually liking it. I'm just trying to get used to the system of, how leveling up is done and because this is something this plays differently than any other tabletop role-playing game I've played. So it's just getting used to the new system. But overall, I'm really enjoying the difference.
Okay. Starburn.
I'm sort of like Rigger. This is a new, different system for me as well, and I do like it. I like that it's more story driven. You know what I mean, rather than something like some of the other tabletop games there that are more heavily relying on dice rolls for almost everything.
Dynamics.
Well, I mean, again, can you use the new system on there? It's definitely, again, like going with more narrative flow. It takes a kind of a different sort of focus for staying in the character of having to go through and narrate a lot more onto it, which honestly is a good thing because that's a good skill to work on for things. It's just different feel, a little bit of a stretch.
Okay. And you, David?
Yeah, I'm enjoying it so far. I mean, I feel the same way. I do. As far as I still think the system is weird, but I'm kind of surprised at how well it works. Just because, I'm much more into much crunchier. I'm usually much more used to like much crunchier, more mathy systems, and I don't know. It's interesting. It's nice. It's definitely nice to play something that is quite different from because my main experience prior to this was D&D and like Vampire the Masquerade kind of stuff, and so it's obviously pretty different from either other. I mean, those 2 games are pretty different from each other as well, but this is pretty different from either of them.
Yeah, I mean, that's one of the things that I find is that it's this one's all about the emotions of the heroes, and it's not about the crunchy effects. I mean, like in D&D, it's all about, well, do I have a big sword or do I have a small sword? And I'm attacking, but it really doesn't talk about the emotions of the characters involved doing those actions. So it's different that way. So
Yeah.
Well, I mean, D&D does deal with emotions, but most of the time it's all about who's the bard boinking.
but the
It also
emotions don't
depends
really
on your DM.
yeah. But your emotions
Yeah.
don't really, change the narrative
Yeah.
too much.
Well, there's no mechanics really around them. That's just kind of like with D&D, like, emotional drama is strictly optional. You can 100% just do dungeon crawling, murder hobo action, and,
I mean, its basis was as a tactical game, so and that makes sense that that's not where the mechanics focus of things is.
yeah.
All right. Well, I'm done for tonight. Pick it up in a week's time.
Yeah. Pick up in a week's time. We'll
Sounds
go from
good.
there. I want to thank everyone for watching and have a great night. Bye, everyone.
Night, everyone.
Bye.
Night.
Later.